Hello and welcome to episode 52 of Entertainment of Excellence, the podcast where we talk about films, TV, all of it. Hi, I'm Ollie.
I'm Thom.
And I'm Ben.
And today we're talking about the 1991 film Joker. This will contain spoilers.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So the plot follows a man who likes to do a bit of trolling. He does a little trolling.
He's a
Plays some
joker.
practical jokes on his friend. He is a joker in the literal sense of the word, rather than being the Batman villain.
The society.
Or
man.
maybe he is the Batman villain. This is the secret origin story.
No, it isn't, because it doesn't
and
have
for
Bruce
his-
Wayne's parents dying.
Oh, for his friend's bachelor party, he thinks of the epic prank, which is to pretend to kidnap him. Which I'm pretty sure was actually a thing on YouTube, and people got quite mad at it. But I'm pretty sure that they threatened to shoot them in that, so it might have been a bit worse. So they do the kidnapping, but then at the same time, another kidnapping is going on, and the two hostages who are under bin bags bump into each other, and then they accidentally swap who kidnaps who, and because they both have ginger hair, they obviously look exactly the same. So they take the actual hostage to the bachelor party, and they're like, "You're not the bachelor man," and then the other one gets taken by this Nazi gang to a prison. And they apparently only see ginger hair and cannot look at photos to distinguish between people. So they don't notice for the entire course of the film. So basically, our protagonist, Nika, has to infiltrate the Nazi gang and try and get his pal out. Is that
Yeah.
okay? I was waiting for confirmation. I'm like, I didn't watch the wrong film. Okay, good. That's actually why I do the plot summary every week, is to get confirmation from Ben and Ollie that I've watched the correct film.
Yeah.
I mean, as you were saying, they could have probably got two people that looked a bit more similar rather than just have ginger hair, because that was quite a big drive of the film. Not only at that part, but also near the end when he shows up to the wedding, and they didn't even look anything like each other.
Yeah, it's one's just got a way stronger jaw.
I feel like there was only about 5 minutes at the start of the film where they kind of introduced the characters and gave this background of this ongoing thing of practical jokes on each other, which I feel like I was kind of expecting them to do more of that before they introduced this big thing where he gets kidnapped. But I think it was quite in the end, I think it worked in its favour that it just kind of straight away got into the plot rather than having to set up these characters for ages and kind of show a lot of their past together.
Yeah, it's just look, funny chicken. Okay, time to kidnap someone.
Yeah.
But I don't think I even realised that they were doing that as a prank until that bit where he bumps into the woman on the street. And he's like, "Oh no, it's just a bachelor party, don't worry." And she's like, "Oh, young men having fun, how nice."
Yeah.
Why did they get the old lady to say that and not surely it is
How
kind of
delightful.
distressing to pretend to kidnap your friend. Although he does kind of suspect it's a prank the whole time, doesn't he?
Yeah. It takes quite a lot before he realises that it's not.
And then he still acts the exact same, just
Yeah.
shouting random nonsense.
He's just like, I've been here for 20 hours. Do you think you can let me go now?
He's like, just to spite you, I'm going to drink E150. It lifts off all the ingredients of Coke. What a lad.
How do you think the comedy was like in this? Because I feel like it was a very comedy-driven film.
I liked it, but the comedy style is like very different to like a lot of the films I've seen, and I'm not sure if that's just like a 90s thing, or more like a Swedish thing. But like
Yeah.
I feel there was a lot more like emphasis on like body language as well. Like
it was very like would you say it was like exaggerated acting, which is kind of you have to be in the right mood for. I can't remember like any of the jokes. I feel like I should have taken notes. I feel there was one
more
with
like a stage show, like if you're doing a comedy on stage.
Yeah.
It feels like there was one with like Lucia where someone at work. Oh yeah, she says something about someone being like really high strung, and then someone says, "And that's coming from you." that is a joke. I remember.
Yeah, I definitely feel like, as you were saying, a lot of it was very physical performances and a lot of emphasis on the body language. I remember in that scene where he's like when he's setting up that bomb and then he gets caught in the deck chair and that kind it explodes and there's like a lot of that like
where the deck chair like randomly breaks apart.
Yeah, which I kind of enjoyed.
Weird.
Like I feel like to say I think I liked the tone because it was at the heart of it. It was quite not necessarily dark, but it was.
Yeah, it
dark.
was dark.
Like,
it was dark.
Of, like these terrorists but I like the way that it came at it with a more of a silly and a kind of over the top approach rather than having to be really.
Some of the
somber.
jokes haven't really aged well and probably weren't even great for the time. Because it kind of like seems to mock transvestites. It says it uses transvestite, which is kind of an outdated term now. Because I think people would just say like drag queens if it's in terms of like cross-dressing, but I don't know. It felt kind of like, because there was that sticker on the back of someone's back that said like, "I'm only a transvestite on weekends" or something.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't know about that one. I'll let it slide with him dressing up as a woman though, because damn,
did he look good?
Were you watching, Ben?
I was. Just wanted to know I wasn't alone in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a while to get into the comedy. Like at the start of the film, I was kind of like, "What the fuck?" I didn't really know what to think of it, and I'm obviously gonna edit that.
We'll bleep that for YouTube.
But like once I got into it, I actually found myself enjoying it like a lot, and as it only kind of got better as it went along. Which I'm not even sure if it's like, it's not even like the best comedy. It was just like kind of fun. It didn't take itself seriously.
And just I think the plot the plot like really just helped it. I think it was just that Coen Brothers plot of like randomly getting mixed up in a Nazi gang, and then like one of the characters uses their like Italian mafia ties to try and figure out where her fiance is.
Yeah, because I can definitely see some of its influences, but I wouldn't say that it was necessarily like a predictable plot, because in the third act it actually got quite convoluted with all the different storylines
like
going on and all the
UN
different tensions
assassination
between people. Yeah, which I think all did come together in quite a nice way in the end.
Especially with the money like being just the chicken in the suitcase. It's like the Joker got joked. Whoa. But I mean
that was a bit of a weird scene where they're on top of that thing.
I was going to say, like, see if anyone would watch this film, you just show them the rooftop scene where the bag's just on the pole and he, like, reaches it up and he's just like, "Oh, don't mind me," and they actually don't mind him.
It was like some kind of Looney Tunes level shit. Like,
yeah.
Another bleep.
I'm doing great today.
I know we can't get monetized, but come on.
But I feel like that was like the the epitome of the.
Yeah.
Well, it was like that weird contrast in tone, which you usually think would be quite jarring, but it actually did kind of work because, like, in that scene, the guy actually she lets him fall off the roof, and she's like laughing hysterically whilst he's there doing this stupid thing that you won't think that they'd fit well together, but somehow it manages to pull it off.
It's like Blues Brothers, because that also has Nazis in it in a very silly way, and at the end, in fact, a couple of them fall a very long way. So there you go, and it's silly, so it's kind of similar.
It is indeed.
Yeah,
maybe that's an influence.
Do you know that for sure?
Yeah.
Did you make the movie?
One thing that's interesting to note, because I did.
Good.
One thing that's interesting to know is that because this is probably the only bit of Joker trivia we've got, because it's not a very well-known film. The lead actor is actually, I think he's the lead singer of Blue Suede, who did the version of Hooked on a Feeling that is in all the movies, such as Guardians of the Galaxy and Reservoir Dogs. So there you go. Isn't that interesting?
It is. That
Ben,
fact that I told you.
rate how interesting it is. Yeah. Thanks,
say
Ollie. I'll steal it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
6 out of 7.
Ooh.
Very interesting, which means that I gave the fact and I didn't take it from Ollie.
Well done,
Okay,
Tom.
cool.
Thanks for telling me that fact.
Yeah, thanks. You're welcome.
Yeah. That I'd already previously told Ben that fact as well.
Yeah.
One thing, I think it's kind of low budget showed in a couple of like the action scenes. Did you notice whenever anyone had to punch someone, it was like a really weak punch and it just like tapped them.
Yeah, I couldn't tell when he punched his friend that was coming up, that was trying to escape. Like, was that meant to be an actual punch, or was it just meant to be like, him
I swear
pretending
there's
to
one
punch
like
in front of the other people?
I feel like there's one between a Nazi and him though, and it's like a fake punch as well.
Yeah,
Like a
because
really weak punch.
I thought of it. I thought originally that was meant to be the point, but then later he's like, "Why did you punch me?" And I was like, "That wasn't really a punch, like a tap."
So I guess, which is weird because they got like the explosions and stuff. I think there were 2 explosions. And did the explosion tech like not work or something with the pavilion at first? What happened there?
I didn't really know what was going on.
There was like a primary explosion and then it actually exploded.
And then why was
weird.
he celebrating the guy, like the dad?
Because
he wanted to build a swimming pool.
It went off on time. Oh yeah, true. Well done, Ben, for remembering it. You obviously haven't just watched the film.
At 1.5 times speed. Of course I didn't.
I watched it at 1.5 times speed as well. I think it adds to the experience of this film.
I think it did. I think it made it funnier, to be honest. Like, it's just whizzing by.
How was it for you, Ollie, at normal time speed?
I mean, it definitely worked. One thing that I noticed, which is like a bit of an aside, but there was some phrases and words in Swedish that were like either identical or sounded really similar to English. It was weird.
I think they were just talking.
I think they do use some English phrases.
Yeah, I know at times they were talking in English, but some things.
Yeah, but like
you could definitely tell
you'll
that
just
they
get
were
random
Swedish,
English
but they were
words.
very. Yeah, but there was one that was like, it's like I can't remember exactly. But it was like Miliano or something for million. I know it's just a bit of a pointless thing, but I just noticed whilst I was watching it.
Just tune into EOV for more insights into the Swedish language.
Yeah, so well done, Joker, for speaking Swedish.
Well done.
Well done, Joker.
Well done.
I'm so proud of you.
Did you think? I'm interested. I find it interesting that like the cinematography was pretty good throughout. I think there was one shot I found weird when he was climbing through a window where I was like, "Oh, this looks good," and then it cut to like a weird angle. I was like, "Okay, never mind."
Yeah, there was one bit when they were in the
was a bit
airport
weird.
where it just suddenly zoomed into like one of the TV screens, like for one brief moment, and then cut right back out, which was a bit weird. But other than that,
I think apart from that, it was pretty serviceable.
yeah,
If not, it was good? Question mark.
Question
I mean,
mark,
if we're
question mark.
comparing it to
I wouldn't.
the
I
game
wouldn't
which
say it
we
was-
did last week, which I was complaining looked very dark, I think this was the opposite. It was quite vibrant, and
Yeah.
I guess that kind of fit with the tone being a bit more light-hearted than the game.
Yeah,
That's
So
true.
making comparisons there. They're both kind of
I think.
practical jokes at the end of the day.
Yeah. What did you think of the payoff of Electricity Man? Okay, so I guess I better say, so the actual like person that's supposed to be a hostage, it turns out that he like tinkers around with machines that are trying to harness lightning for electrical power, and then at the end at the UN he like uses it to electrocute the man who has a fake gun. Why is the gun fake? Was that ever set up?
it was a joke.
You know, he pulls it and it says
Joker,
bang, which is
Joker.
actually a gun that the Joker uses in The Killing Joke. It is used in a Batman comic. The Joker uses one of those guns that says bang.
Bang.
But who gave him the gun?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Did we
That
all
was-
accept it? Just go like, yeah, why not?
I mean, so much was happening at that point, and it was happening really quickly at 1.5 times speed.
I know, it was.
I just didn't really
It was
question it.
very
I was just
quickly
like, yeah, that's
normal
how it
speed.
works.
Yeah, they put in so many, not necessarily twists, but like so much happened in the space of kind of 5 minutes at that conference
Yeah,
with the guy with
Where he's like disguising as that British man, I don't know, with the mustache.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
did
And
he,
he
where did
goes
he get
to
all that
the
stuff
guy with
from?
like the rocket launcher. I don't know. He goes up to the guy with the rocket launcher and he's like, "No, I'm
what
going
was
to
that
arrest
guy's
you."
voice? It was just like
Yeah, he went English for some reason. Weird. And then when the guy actually spoke to him, he wasn't even speaking in English. He said like, he said, "Why am I here?" And then he just left. To be honest, that was kind of funny though.
I know, I
so-
found that quite funny.
Oh, pretty epic.
yeah. But I did like the idea that the like the stuff they did with this like clan sort of thing, kind of these well, you could kind of
Swedish
call them, like-
supremacists.
yeah,
They basically have the like swastika. It's like they've got most of it and then they just cut out the middle.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have like the salute and stuff. But
yeah, and,
I
and
like
they
the
keep
fact
going on
that
about Germany.
the fact that one of the guys was trying to kind of get the money for himself and trick the I guess like the head of the group and his daughter. But then obviously that didn't work out for him in the end because he fell off the ceiling of that thing.
Good for him.
Poor guy. So,
Yeah.
what did you think about the Electricity Man's payoff of that? Of him randomly showing up with one of his gadgets and using it to electrocute that guy.
To be fair, I didn't
That
really.
was what I was originally going for. Then went on a different rant.
I didn't even really process it, to be honest. I was just like, yeah, it happened.
Yeah, because there wasn't that much setup. Apart from that time where they're like, "Oh yeah, look at all my wacky machines." Okay, moving on.
Yeah, because I couldn't tell if that was meant to be. Because he was saying that with all the money he was getting, his dad thought he was spending it on like boats and stuff. But then, because he thought that his dad wouldn't approve of him getting all this electricity things. But
yeah,
then,
but his dad doesn't
I don't-
approve of the boats.
no, so
His dad's like, "You're spending all that money on the motorcycles and boats." Oh.
and then he's like trying to what? I didn't understand that, but so maybe in the sequel Joker 2, they're gonna have to be like a happy family making
Yeah.
electricity gadgets and killing people, I guess.
We'll find out.
We
We
will.
won't, because there wasn't a Joker 2. But well, we will
There
find
is
out.
going to be a Joker 2 for Joker, so maybe this maybe it'll blend the
yeah.
universes.
Is it actually Joker 2 or is it something else?
I'm pretty sure they announced Joker 2.
Yeah.
Wow, what did you think of electricity man?
I just thought it was a bit weird that it was just like, oh look, I've got these wacky machines. Then right at the end, it's like, oh yeah, I just electrocuted this guy. Just kind of.
I mean,
it was a bit strange.
you're saying that's weird, and you've watched the whole film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Problem?
Oh, okay, I'll take your word for it.
What was even the prank? Because wasn't everyone at the bachelor party like dressed up as like Romans or Greeks?
Yeah, I
don't
didn't
know
understand what it was
his
going to
plan
be. Is that was he meant to think he was transported in time or something? Like,
No, because they had the projector with his face on.
I don't. Maybe
just
he'd
really
like a
liked
Roman
Greeks.
Greek fetish. I don't know.
What did you think of that bit where he locks his wife or girlfriend or whatever in the closet, and then like she comes out and they have like that fight where he dresses up as
Yeah, and then he's like, "You look beautiful when you're angry." No payoff.
yeah.
Just a weird comment, and then I don't think they don't get together. At
He's
the
just
end,
like,
do
you look so beautiful when
No,
you're
because
angry.
then he's
Take
like
off your
take your
dress.
clothes off, and then
they? Yeah, that was a bit strange.
And
But she
you're
was
just like,
going along
oh,
with
they're
it
going to
the
be getting
whole time.
cheeky. And then the joke was that he wanted to wear a dress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Would you say that was funny out of funny?
I would.
yeah. What did you think
Cool.
of those brothers, the Italian ones?
What the epic mafia? They were great.
Yeah, I know. Highlight of the film. It's a pretty high bar as well.
Especially when they spoke in English. That was cool.
Yeah. They said some Italian things.
They did.
They did.
Well observed.
I'm trying to think if I remember like the music.
I can't.
I think it was standard film music.
Can you say that some of it was his band, or like one of the songs?
There was a song.
Yeah,
It's
think I might-
Swedish words. I can't remember.
yeah. It was all right.
Yeah.
The music.
Yeah.
Fine. It was fine.
It was fine. You hear him?
Yeah.
This does one review on IMDb, which is
There's.
saying it's better than the reboot. Do you agree that this
Yeah.
is the reboot? Well, this is the original Joker. Same universe, same character.
I do. I love Joaquin Phoenix, but I don't think I don't really think he brought the same kind of character to the role that the lead singer from Blue Swede did.
No,
No,
Ben.
he didn't have the right laugh.
No, Ben. Do you agree that the DVD cover for this is terrible?
Wait, I haven't seen it. Let's have a look.
Like the one on IMDb. It's just a nothing poster underselling the film.
Oh, I just googled Joker DVD, and of course it came up with the 2019 reboot. Come on. What is the...
The suspense.
That looks like someone just screenshotted a random frame from the film and just... What is that Joker logo? That looks awful.
What?
It's like someone got a stock
Yeah, the
Joker
font.
and like...
The only thing is like. The only thing to do with the film is the UN logo from the O, which is a weird thing to put in the film, in the poster. It's like, oh yeah, at some point they like try and assassinate a UN guy because he's not white. Just watch the movie; it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
I feel like if I pick that up in a
He's
DVD
genuinely
slot,
distressed.
I just put it straight back on the shelf. That's an
If you look at it really far away and squint, does he look like Gordon Ramsay?
Yes.
I don't even think you have to squint.
Yes!
I didn't squint. I was
Every
like right
time
up close
I look
as
it up
well.
on IMDb, I'm like, is that Gordon Ramsay?
How many times are you looking this up? And I think that judging
A
by
lot. I keep checking to see if it's
733
gone up.
reviews,
Yeah,
I think the majority of people had the same thought process as Ben.
if you
of
rate
putting
it like
back
10
on
out
the
of
shelf.
10, if you rate it like 10 out of 10, I bet it'll go up a 0.1.
It's
there's
way
so
better
few
than a
reviews.
4.6. I actually thought this was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just checking on IMDb now, because although I want its rating to go up, I don't want to give it a 10 out of 10. Maybe you do though.
Guess you got to find out.
Yeah. Look, the back cover even has like the woman on his arm, like there's gonna be a romance, and there just isn't. That's so weird. Wow.
Is there anything else to say?
Surprisingly not.
Is there anything you didn't like particularly? Anything that stood out as being bad?
Well, you mentioned the transvestite stuff and the
Yeah.
bad punching.
Oh, the bad punching.
The bad punching. Yeah.
I think maybe at times there might have been a bit too much going on.
Yeah, it was funny
Yeah, like
watching
moving
at
a bit-
1.5 times speed, but I guess it might have been because I was in a good mood. Like, if
Yeah.
if I was like not in such a good mood and I was just watching it, I'd just be confused. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. Yeah.
But I did like the comedy about him, like being able to trick all of these people, like the terrorists, and the bit where they're doing that chant and then he like turns it into a song. Like, it was a bit random, but I think it just kind of worked, just that goofy nature of
Yeah.
the film.
At first, I was like, "Oh no," but then actually, I was like,
Well, that's the same reaction
Yeah.
they had. Oh no, maybe you should join them, Tom.
no, no.
Were you offended that he was turning this thing that you value into a song?
What? No, where's this come from? I'm not a Nazi. What?
That's what a Nazi would say.
Just like to state on air. Just
Yeah.
like to state on air. I'm not a Nazi.
Prove it.
Yeah, prove it.
Prove it.
They weren't Nazis.
Guys,
Yeah.
I've got black friends.
For clarification, for audio listeners, Tom Sweeney has blonde hair and blue eyes.
No. I'm trying to. I was gonna say something about the film, and I've completely forgotten now.
No,
I'm getting
the
ready
film.
for a
Well, there's probably some
media,
Yes.
media like firestorm.
co-host, a special guest of the Entertainment of Excellence. Tom Sweeney.
We have cut all ties
Not
with
confirmed.
Tom after the allegations.
Entertainment of Excellence does not condone Nazi ideology.
Well, at
What
least
was I gonna say about the film? I can't remember. Oh, what did you think of his helmet saying that helmets are useful or whatever? Got hit on the head twice. Do you
Did.
remember that?
No.
Well, that was the end of the film, wasn't it?
You don't remember him getting hit on the head with a
Oh wait, no,
Oh,
never
no,
mind.
I
Yeah,
can't speak. Can't speak. Someone else speak.
Hi.
Go on.
How are
You're
you,
host of
Callum?
the EOV podcast. You should be masters.
I am. I
Joker.
spoke.
Yeah. How long have we been going, Ben?
31 minutes.
Wow, that was fast. After I said you speak, I've done. Wow, I guess the episode's over then.
Yeah. Alright,
I
see
don't
you.
Is it
really know
over?
what else to say.
Wow, this might be a short episode.
It might be.
Comedy and crime, what a genre. Well, I mean, yeah, I've had the Coen Brothers rant. Let's see, any IMDb trivia? Just looking for things to say. Nope,
This is not
there's no
awkward
IMDb trivia.
whatsoever.
Do you think of the acting?
The
Say,
acting.
like,
I think there was a
and-
bit of overacting
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
but then I don't know. Maybe it was all right.
It kind of suited
There
the
was a bit
film,
of
I
a
think.
When it's like,
I think
Yeah.
because they're speaking Swedish, it kind of they got away with some wonky line deliveries. Like there were some lines I was like, I feel like that sounded weird, but I can't tell.
Yeah.
yeah,
Lucky for us, we could be the first people to evaluate the entire Parents' Guide for Joker.
Ooh.
I can't remember enough.
I can't remember enough.
There's
What do you think of-
there's some moderate profanity.
For
Oh, no,
sex and
in
nudity,
fact,
a
there's
man
strong
suggests to
profanity.
a woman.
It uses a slur. Strong
Ooh.
profanity.
Oh yeah,
The
that's
Nazis
true.
say a naughty word.
they do.
Yeah.
Good to know that you think it's a
Very
naughty
naughty
word.
You're redeeming yourself slightly.
Oh.
You're one of the good ones.
This will
You
follow
would
me
just
for
follow
the rest of my
orders.
life. But don't one of them say that? Is that one of the lines? He's like, if there's anything you learned from German, it should be to follow orders with no question. I was like,
Yeah. and
Yeah.
that's
wow,
the
we're
line
really
you-
getting into like we're really getting into this.
And how did you
uh,
feel?
I
Were you
I
nodding
feel-
your head?
I was
I
there
like
at
the
the
way this
Nuremberg
started.
trials, actually. Yeah.
I like the way this started with you saying something that's like anti-Nazi, and it's just turned like saying that you were worried that they were like making it into a song, but I was like, oh yeah, you have the same reaction as one of the Nazis in the film. What did you think
Oh,
all at the times where he pretended that he had some sort of a fever or like stomach cramps or
I thought that
all
was
the
all right.
excuses he kept on coming up with?
I-
Yeah, I like that bit especially where he was pretending to carry that heavy rock, but then it just turned out to be like a prop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, someone where he's like, you're sweating. Are you ill? He's like, no, I'm not ill. I've got malaria. Okay, whatever you say. He's like, oh yeah, malaria from like whatever. It makes me sweat. And then what else does he get? He gets random face cramps, which he used to um, get out of like being sexually assaulted. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever was going on with that random woman who's the daughter of the boss or whatever.
I don't
And then
understand
there's the
her
Lund
character.
one where he's like, oh no, because he sees the Italian people, he sees the Italian mafia, and he's like, oh, I can't go.
I didn't understand her character. She like seemed to be unhappy with like it. She was in a relationship with that guy. I think maybe, but he was just using
Yeah.
it to get what he wanted.
Yeah,
But she seemed unhappy and was trying to flirt with what's his face, Nick. But then she gets
Yeah.
mad at the end and completely goes insane because she gets locked in the room by the I'm just you know.
what was that cell like? it was so flimsy. She managed to just kick down. She managed to like kick it down after she'd been in there for about 5 minutes. Whereas
She managed to kick it down and
Oh,
somehow get all the way to like the meeting dome thing.
yeah, didn't they say that they'd installed mines?
Yeah, I
down
know.
there?
Like, what happened
how
to
did she manage
that? That
to
didn't
avoid
pay
them?
off.
Too bad.
It is
I
indeed.
can't-
That's what they say.
I mean, I'm not an expert on these matters, so Tom might have to comment on it. But I feel like it was too easy for him to like infiltrate this Nazi
Easy.
gang,
He
and
had doctored photos and faked knowledge.
Yeah,
and stuff
And this
like
was
that.
before
he avoided
Photoshop, by the
every
way.
single question.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like his job. To be
Yeah,
fair.
but like
Um,
it looked seamless.
Yeah, but he
It did look
never
pretty
actually
good.
managed to prove that he did actually fight, and like when he had to fire the RPG, he just made a right mess of it. And
They blew up
I
that
feel
boat
like they did. Yeah, I think he was quite lucky.
though. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Should we
Yeah.
wrap up our feelings and give it a rating?
Yeah, sure.
I'm so confused. I swear I saw on the IMDb page it said also known as Joker, and I thought it was funny, but I can't find it now. It's like, why does it say also known as Joker when it's literally called Joker? Never mind.
It's a humorous
I found it.
joke. Oh, you found it. Well
Yeah,
done.
I did.
Well done.
It says also known as Joker, but you see, the film is called Joker, so
That is a joke. Yeah.
that is a joke. I wonder what Joker is in Swedish. I'm looking it up.
Joker. It's Joker.
English to Swedish. Wow, it is actually just Joker.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Special shout out to Monica Stewart who did the subtitle translation. Thank you for
Big up
for
Monica.
bringing Joker to the English audience.
Yeah, I was
the
genuinely
English speaking audience.
terrified when I tried to play this film on Netflix because first of all, I could barely find it. Then when I did find it, I had to restart my TV for it to actually play for some reason. And then because the first 5 minutes there was, well, maybe not the first 5 minutes, but in the opening, for some reason it didn't do any subtitles for like the Italian or if there was any music. So I was worried that it wouldn't have any subtitles. But yeah, shout out to that person. Otherwise, we'd have had to learn Swedish to watch this film.
Yeah, it would have been worth it though.
Yeah, obviously.
Anyway, on to the ratings. What ratings do we give?
Okay. I'm gonna go. I enjoyed
I
it quite a
can't
lot, but objectively, it's not the best made film. So low 7.
Would say?
Probably.
Yeah, I preferred this to the game.
What? I don't know about that.
Yeah, so am I actually.
Really? You think it's better than 9 and the Two Popes and Good Time and Fear and Loathing?
What did I give 9? I gave 9 a
6.9.
6.9. I'm gonna give this a 6.9 as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I was gonna give it a lot lower.
Well, you can.
Oh, I can. I'm gonna
If you
give
want to
it.
deny you the allegations, then I recommend going higher.
I'm giving it a 6.3 because it doesn't make fun of the Nazis enough.
Yeah, you're
There you go.
overcompensating though,
Sure.
mate.
I do actually want to give it a 6.3 though.
Okay.
'Cause I don't think it's as good as Heavy Metal.
I respect your beliefs, even if I don't agree with them.
You don't. But you do
I'm gonna
respect them. Ollie,
go-
do you respect my beliefs?
No, of course
Do
I
I
don't.
respect them? No.
No.
I'm gonna
That's
go
that
6.9.
sounds kind of intolerant. Is that something that a Nazi would say, Ollie?
Well, what? By objecting to the Nazi
You're
beliefs?
intolerant to my beliefs.
Yeah, because they're extremist.
Oh, I can't win.
You never
Can't
can.
win.
Okay, I said 6.9, but I'm gonna go down to 6.8 actually because I did prefer 9 slightly. Actually, no, I'm sticking with that because 9's better made. Okay, 6.8. So what was that? 6.9, 6.8, and 6.3.
Yeah. I don't have my calculator to
Very
hand.
well. To say we picked this as a joke film because
Oh no! Oh no! 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 We've got
What?
a 6.6 recurring. It's a
The
666.
devil's number.
cursed.
Yeah, and who is the devil? I don't know. Probably
Well,
Nazis.
Not
Yeah.
to Thom.
No, I'm agreeing. No. I need to get my lawyer in.
You're not going to
What's-
speak without your attorney present. Fair
No
enough.
comment.
Well, since Thom is not speaking, we don't have to chide him on forgetting the submission spotlight.
I actually remembered as well. I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to say it. I mean, no comment.
Well, if you have a submission, submit it for the spotlight next. This is going very well. I love. This is my favorite episode so far. Okay, it's time for
Have we got any
recommendations.
right-wing- Have we got any fascist propaganda films? to
No,
recommend, Thom?
no, I do not. I've got a normal film.
You promoting Codename
That's
Cols?
what they'll say.
No.
What is your film?
It's a Brie Larson film. It's a Brie Larson.
Oh,
she
is it-
stars in it.
Is it the one that
It
people
also has-
told you to watch?
No, it's not Basmati
Brie
Blues.
Larson, more like
Grr.
not.
Tom watched
Larson.
Basmati Blues.
And it also has a very young Lakeith Stanfield in, who
Ooh.
sorry to bother you, man.
Oh,
Yeah. And it follows people that like work at a foster home for kids, so they try and look after these kids as they grow up, and there's one of them is turning 18, which is Lakeith Stanfield, and then also follows the. I don't think I can say what one of the personal conflicts is because it's technically a spoiler, but it follows like the personal conflicts of the foster carers as well. So it's kind of like a side by side coming of age story, and it's just like got really good characters, and it like just gets the emotions like spot on, and you can kind of like laugh at it and cry pretty well, and it's got kind of that cyclical structure because the ending is very similar to the start, except a change has happened to show you the character development. So yeah, it is a really good film. I definitely enjoyed it. I think it's up there with Room.
Mhm.
So watch Short Term 12. I don't know if I actually said the name of the film. It's Short Term 12.
Nice. Oh well.
Good.
Yep.
Anything, Ben?
Oh, I don't have anything. You got one from me last week. You're spoiled.
It's a shame. I do have something, which is it's the winner of Best Picture from the Oscars this year.
Oh, I've not
No,
actually- Oh yeah, I need to watch that.
Oh, so
because I think it's shown in cinemas, but they also put it on Disney Plus. And it's well, it doesn't really have much of a story or like a coherent story, really, because it's based on a book, but it's about this a nomad who, after like the Great Recession kind of, and also actually I won't say that. After like some things happen in her personal life, she just decides to travel, and kind of, well, a lot of what it explores is like these communities that they are able to create, and one of the biggest themes in it, I'd say, is there's this quite emotional speech near the end where this guy's talking about how you never really say goodbye to anyone in this lifestyle. You just kind of say see you down the road, because there's because of that sense of community that they establish, and the fact they're kind of living a really basic lifestyle. It just explores that simplicity, and I think actually the main character is played by Frances McDormand, but I think they actually used a lot of real life nomads to film it, which makes it really authentic, and it kind of has more of a documentary style to it rather than a film, because I guess it's like a character study of her, but it's more just about this lifestyle. But it also just have some really standout cinematography. Something that I noticed was they'd often kind of juxtapose these like shots really far away from her to kind of showing the surroundings, but then the shot immediately after that would be a really close up one, and it would kind of flip between those two in these montages. It also had some pretty good music as well, because at the start it doesn't have that much music. I guess kind of to make it feel more like real life, but as I said, it kind of makes it feel more like a documentary rather than a film. It's definitely getting, I think, as it's getting more into the mainstream because of the Oscars, a lot of people are kind of saying it's really boring and like it doesn't progress very quickly, which I can understand. I definitely wouldn't say it's like Parasite level, but you just got to be patient with it and kind of appreciate it for what it is, rather than. Well, it does have some things to think about, but not necessarily in terms of the story or the characters, because they're not really characters. They're meant to be real people. So yeah, watch Nomadland.
I will.
Cheeky.
Good.
Right.
Oh, Ben doesn't have a recommendation, does he?
No. So, I guess we're finishing early this week again, but even more so this time.
Yeah.
So,
We'll say what we're doing next week.
which is...
Yeah, we will.
Where are we?
No, next week we're doing
It's Love, Death and Robots Season 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which came out today.
Cheeky. Are we going to be reviewing, like...
So,
Are we going to be reviewing Love, Death and Robots as a whole? Like seasons 1 and 2?
I think... Didn't we already do Season 1?
No?
Maybe.
no.
Did
We've
we
done
not?
like 4 TV
Did
shows.
we just watch that by ourselves?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It came out.
Maybe I
like,
should...
I mean, to be fair, it's not like there's
Like,
a
yeah.
huge amount of time we could get it done. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll watch Season 1 again, I guess.
It's been a while.
I mean, we could, but yeah. I think it looks like season 1 has a lot less episodes.
Season 2.
Oh yeah, season 2. I mean, maybe we could each try and like rank the episodes for season 2.
Yeah.
The list.
But season 1 just kind of say which season we preferred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
I mean, the first season was
I want to
very
rewatch season 1 anyway because there's a lot. I remember there being a lot of good ones that I just can't remember what actually happens.
The only ones I can
Yeah.
remember are like the one in that junkyard and then the yogurt one.
Yeah, so not even like the good ones.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like I remember beyond the Aquila Rift. I was like, oh, that was amazing, and I have no idea what it was about.
Nice.
So-
Yeah. Well, if you don't know what it
Exciting.
is, I mean, I'm not saying this to either of you because you've watched it, but it's basically like an anthology of animated. Well, they're kind of like shorts. I think the shortest one's like 7 minutes or something. The longest's about 18. And they're all, well, most of them have kind of different animation styles. It's kind of like sci-fi genre. So if that sounds interesting, then watch season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well,
Yeah.
Tune in next week for Entertainment of Excellence. All right, see you.
All right, see you.
We don't condone Nazi ideology.